The U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and China's Vice Premier Lifeng leading delegations into a second day of trade talks in the Swedish capital, aiming at the very least to extend a truce on tariffs. Negotiations yesterday lasting more than 5 hours with no official statement released on progress. Both sides in mid-May agreeing to ease off on any action that would worsen tensions on trade. But they now face another deadline, with pressure on to reach a more lasting agreement by the 12th of August. And Will Denselow joins us now live from Brussels. Will, as we mentioned, no official statement after the first day of talks, but we have heard the trade rep on social media saying conversations are going in the right direction.
Well, we understand that a short while ago, the two delegations adjourned for a lunch break, and there's still plenty for the two sides to chew over when it comes to this trade relationship. Heading into these talks in Sweden, there was plenty of optimism that at the very least a extension could be reached on this tariff truce. Of course, with the deadline fast approaching, currently set at August 12th. The real question, though, is whether these talks can foster any wider agreements on some of the systemic underlying issues the two sides have when it comes to trade between the world's two largest economies. As far as the US is concerned, well, they want to see China cut excess production capacity, also want to see Beijing doing more when it comes to boosting their own domestic consumption. As far as Beijing is concerned, well, they have plenty of cards to play of their own, especially when it comes to rare earth minerals and permanent magnets. Also on the agenda, on the docket for Beijing, is that issue of access to high-end exports for the tech sector coming from the United States. So all eyes will be on whether these systemic issues can be addressed. Plenty of speculation as to whether there'll be a face-to-face meeting between the two countries' presidents later this year. Donald Trump taking to social media a short while ago saying he's not seeking anything, that a reference to what he just slammed as the so-called fake news, pressing a narrative that he was seeking a meeting with his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping. So he's downplayed that. Of course, when it comes to the dynamics between the two, Donald Trump has said that he has warm feelings towards China, so he's being rather positive when it comes to trade ties. Significantly as well, the US has blocked the Taiwanese president from passing through New York on his way to Central America. That could be seen as an act of good faith during this latest round of trade talks with China.
All right, Will Denselow there reporting live from Brussels on these ongoing talks in Stockholm between Washington and US to try to address, as Will mentioned, those systemic issues that have plagued those two large economies.